Let me show you how ridiculous prices are here in Hawaii.
Why?
Only two things.
Ain't no joke over there.
And I'm guessing I need to spend about $15 to $20. Let's see what the price is.
$10.
Just two things without tax is already about
Hey,
$16.
back with another video, y'all. Welcome to Segovia's Man Cave. We're going to start getting consistent over here. A lot of things are happening with these tariffs, a lot of money, a lot of issues, a lot of debt, a lot of those types of things happening. That's what we're going to get into over here on this channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this content. I ain't going to talk too much, y'all. Let's go and get into the video. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I only have like a loan out on my 401k.
Oh.
And
For why? When'd you do that?
I did it when I purchased my house.
You own your house?
I do.
Wait, I don't see a mortgage in here.
Yeah, there should be a mortgage. Yeah, so I bought a house back in 2022.
401k loan to buy a house?
Well, no, it wasn't always, like, it wasn't just to buy the house. It was for, like, a little bit of the down payment.
A down payment? So you borrowed your down payment from your own retirement. I don't think you understand how that fucking worked.
Well, I feel like it's just paying. I thought it would be better than getting, like, an actual loan. I'm paying myself.
An actual loan?
Like,
yeah, but with interest.
A personal loan.
Yeah, but with interest.
But the interest goes back to you, right?
What do you mean? You think you're earning money on it?
No, I don't think I'm earning money. I think that it's just like it like gets they take like.
What is the school system like in Alabama? What do you mean? What do you think is actually happening? Please.
I don't like. I'm paying myself back basically, but it's not like accruing any kind of
interest.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But that interest goes back to me, right?
What the f do you mean by that? How do you think you make money? How does that? In what world does a loan make money for you? What are you talking about?
No, I'm not saying that it makes money for me. What I'm saying.
How do you say it goes back to you? I'm so confused.
So like you take out the 401k loan, right, and it stops accruing any like extra money from that, but you got me confused. Okay,
you have me confused.
You got me confused. Listen, okay, so
I just want you to tell me what you think is happening.
It's not like
He doesn't even know.
It's not like a actual loan, right? So like,
why wouldn't it be? What do you mean?
Paying myself back, basically, right? Yeah, paying myself back, 100%, paying myself back.
Guys,
I think a lot of people, like, she wanted a house. No matter what I gotta do, I'm getting this house. No matter what I gotta do, I'm getting this car. 20% interest. I don't see. I see what the payment is, but I don't see it yet. You know what I mean? I'm signing. I want this car. I want this house. Whatever we gotta do, let's do it. And that's how a lot of people, they get you. They get you.
I don't know how many of you guys are invested in crypto or stocks. What the fuck is going on with our country? Guys, why am I poor? Like, what is going on in the world right now? Why the fuck is this going on? Can somebody please explain what's going on? Why are we all losing? Why are we all negative right now? Like, does anybody know why?
I know I'm in the red. I'm in the red. Baby's account's in the red. But this guy goes and gambles millions of dollars on the week, on the daily. Like, why am I poor? Like, it's crazy, to say that. But I know I'm in the red, y'all. You guys in the red? We all are. There's no getting around it. And this ain't gonna help. This is coming.
Y'all motherfuckers can't keep no fucking job, bro.
Y'all be fighting for the okie doke back when y'all did jobs. We not going for bullshit. Jobs they be doing fucked up shit. They be having us fucked up. They want us to do this person job, that person job, that person job, and they keep the same pay. What you mean so?
So?
Hell no, I signed up to do one job. That's not what I signed up for. I signed up to do one job, and that's what I signed up for.
Have you ever read the job description?
Who the fuck reads the job description?
Yeah, exactly.
You read the job description?
Hell yeah.
Because
in the fine print it says must be able to perform other duties. Other duties can be anything.
Okay, that's cool. But what are other money?
You don't need no other money.
No, if I'm doing 2 people job, I need 2 people paid.
No, you don't.
Why?
What's wrong with y'all, man?
What you mean what's wrong with you? Think you finna double work me and then pay me once? Hell nah.
Yeah.
If I'm doing 2 people job, I need his check, they check. Yeah.
Man, I am not even gonna lie to you. My mortgage has my mental state fudged up right now. I purchased my house with my fiance, girlfriend at the time. in June of 2023? No, 2022. I just got this handy dandy letter in the mail from my shitty ass new mortgage company, Celine Finance. I fucking hate you, by the way. And guess how much after 2.5 years? We've gotten off of our actual principal payment.
Yeah.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Mind you,
5,000.
the past
10,000.
year and a half, we've been paying extra on our mortgage. Guess how much? Guess how much this paper tells? $8,000.
Yeah.
I got a mortgage for $227. These papers right here, these papers that's stuck to the wall right now, they say we've only paid $8,000 off in 2.5
All
years.
interest. That's all you pay.
My mortgage payment is like $1,800. In 2.5 years, we've paid off $8,000. The American dream got me fucked up.
I would have never in a million years thought that me logging in and checking my 401k and stock accounts would become a thing, but it's become a thing. So let's do it again. It's Saturday morning, April the 5th. It is 9:35 in the morning. I'm going to log in and check my personal stock account. I'm going to log in and check my 401k. And as a bonus, I'm going to log in and check my daughter's 529 college plan. And I'll also give you the total losses for the last 2 days. Here we go. This is my personal stock account. I like to play the stocks, sort of like gambling for me. Yesterday, I was down $16,260 in my personal stock account. On Thursday, my personal stock account was down $19,567. That is a total 2-day loss of my personal stock account
2 days, y'all.
approximately $36,000. Shall we do my 401k? Let's do it. All right, here we go. Logging into my 401k, getting the loss from yesterday. I'm like, this is not good. Yesterday, which was Friday, April the 4th, my 401k was down $23,000, a little bit more than $23,000. My 2-day total loss of my 401k is around $40,000. For the year, my 401k is down 6.37%. I will note that as of Wednesday, April 2nd, my 401k was positive for the year. It was like 2 or 3% up for the year. In 2 days alone, it's gone down over 9%. I am down $76,000 in 2 days in my 401k and personal stock account. $76,000 because some maniac lunatic put tariffs on shit. We're in a tariff war with the world. No one wants this. $76,000 in 2 days. The account I'm most concerned about is my daughter's 529 plan. She's currently in college. She's a freshman. So we need that money like now. Like we've already started taking from that money. But I did something about 3 weeks ago when these tariffs were announced. I moved a lot of money around in that 529 plan and got extremely, extremely conservative. So this should not be as bad, fingers crossed, but let's see. Let's see what's going on in that 529 plan. Logging into the 529 plan. Scrolling down. Oh, I see the total. Total's all right. Total's all right. Let's just see. Maybe I'm misremembering stuff. Okay. 529 plan fared a ton better than my stock plan and my 401k. Total 2-day loss for my daughter's 529 plan for college is only a little under $3,000. Praise be under his eye, whatever you want to say, whatever. Thank goodness. Because we need that money now. That money gets drawn from now, and it is very important that that money stays at that level so we can pay for the next 3 years of college. So thank God we had the wherewithal to move some money around in that 529 plan. Hey, misery.
What do you guys think of all this, y'all? Like over here, I'm going to be a little more honest with the politics stuff because on my big channel, people get upset, y'all. People live and die. I don't care what Trump's doing, whatever he does. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest. He's the best. But I don't like this, y'all. This ain't good. This ain't good. This is not good. And people say, how is he supposed to fix, how it was when Biden in 3 months or whatever? So using that ideology, did Biden get terrible economy from 2020 when he took over? Because the stock got good, things got expensive, but like, how do you did he inherit all that from Trump and Trump screwed him over and he sucked like the economy went to shit for 4 years and now that Trump's back in, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't say that and then say in 2020 it was the best and then Biden fucked everything up. You got to be honest, you got to be real. But I don't know. I don't like this, y'all. Now my 401k ain't as high as that guy, so I'm not taking that big of a loss, but I am taking a loss nonetheless. You know what I mean? So what do you guys think of all this? How are you guys enjoying these tariffs? Are they going to pay off in the long run in 4 years? But then what happens in 4 years when it starts maybe reaping the benefits? Say a Democrat wins. Are they going to get rid of all these? And then it was all we lost all that money is gone. You know what I mean? What's going to happen?
I've enjoyed seeing your comments below about your losses. I'm happy to share you my losses. Obviously, we're all in this together. Even if you're a MAGA, you're losing money. If you hear a MAGA complain, maybe just say "I told you so," but then give them a little hug or a pat on the back, and then move on. But we're all in this together right now.
Yep.
There is one thing that I know for sure: is the stock market always comes back, and
Yep.
it's going to be by nothing Supreme Leader Trump does. But the stock market will come back,
Always does.
and he will take absolute full credit for it. But it's just the nature of investing. It's just the nature of how things work. So hang in there, folks. Next week's going to be a bumpy week also. And, if the market goes down crazy or if it goes up crazy, I will update you as this goes along. So enjoy your weekend. I hope you're going to a protest this weekend because I am. Get into some good trouble. Bye.
There is no job in this country that can justify paying you less than $20 an hour. It is 2025. I don't care what city you live in. I don't care what state you live in. I don't care what your work experience is. Less than $20 an hour is totally unacceptable. And quite frankly, for a lot of these Fortune 500 companies that are making ungodly amounts of money, it's blatantly disrespectful. Do you know how hard it is to live by yourself for less than $20 an hour? Do you have any idea? I'm about to turn 30. $20 an hour was considered a good wage when I was like 16. It blows my mind every time I see job postings anywhere that say start right now, $15 an hour. Are you crazy? They're still living in 2005. You can talk like it's 2005. You can ask people to work like it's 2005. You can run your business like it's 2005, but you can't pay people like it's 2005 anymore. And the only thing crazier than jobs still offering to pay people less than $20 an hour is if for some reason people do actually watch this video, I can 100% guarantee you, if you go in the comments right now, there's going to be a ton of people that disagree with me and think, offering to pay people a livable wage in 2025 is just totally out of this world. It's not realistic and it can't happen. And that's the only thing crazier.
The job market right now is so trash that you might as well just stay at that shitty job that you hate until you get like another job locked in. So up until last week, I was unemployed for about 2 months. And the first month, I pretty much just chilled, treated it like a vacation. But by the second month, that's when I started applying to places. And I applied to about 10, 15 different places. And out of those 15 places, I heard back from maybe only 1 or 2 places. The rest, I didn't get no call, no emails, nothing. And when I had a job, I would see people come on here all the time talking about how the job market's shitty, that it sucks. And I really thought they were just talking. I didn't think it was true until I actually was unemployed and was looking for jobs. That it hit me. It was like, damn, bro, they really ain't lying. The job market really fucking sucks right now.
All I can say is, if you got a 401k, you better go get you a hardship loan out of it. Because the markets is falling fast and we're going to go into a recession. Like my grandma said, take your money out them white folks' bank and put it under your mattress. Because, baby, we are going through some hard times. And Canada, just start with some rolling blackouts. They'll get the message then.
I am
Like she should have her quote unquote money under her mattress, right? You can't afford a recession at that age. You can't because it takes time to come back up. So her money should have been out of the market and into something like the video before, something very, very conservative. I know mine will at 55, whatever. That it's going to be in a safe place where it's not going to really fluctuate dramatically if something happens, right? So if you're young, you can afford this right now. You have time. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. But if you're 50, like 55, your money should have been out once you heard he's going to start doing all these things, your money should have been taken out.
Of this greedy corporate America that we live in. I went to Subway today, and the fellow that was making my sandwich, he was super sweet. But I got to the checkout, and that screen where it comes up and it asks you if you want to leave a tip. Well, I personally worked in the service industry, so I always leave a tip. I went and filled it out to be like 20%. He stops me. He's like, "Hold on, don't leave me a tip. You're good." I was like, "What? You don't want a tip?" He told me they don't even get it. It goes straight to corporate. Did I hear that right? This person that you're paying minimum wage to, you're going to go ahead and just take their tip as well? That is so trashy and so ghetto to me. I've been a loyal customer for several years. So
Subway?
to me, that is such a turnoff that I will probably never return. And let's not fail to mention this disgusting Baja Chipotle. Why would you get rid of Chipotle mayo? It was one of the main reasons I went there. And then you replace it with this sweet Chipotle sauce. It's disgusting. Do better, Subway, or you're about to get canceled. For this, honestly, you should be canceled. So gross. Your days are numbered. Your days are numbered.
See, now all these tips, y'all, especially on these driving apps. I used to do Spark. So, we live off our tips, right? But it's funny how when there's a big incentive, like, complete 5 deliveries, $30, complete 10 deliveries, $60, right? On those specific days that they do these big incentives, magically, nobody tips. Magically, nobody tips. Now, I always want to ask somebody like, "Hey, I don't care whether you did or didn't, but did you leave a tip? There's nothing we can do, right? I mean, could we get a lawsuit or something for that for stealing our tips? But it's just funny how when there's a big incentive, magically nobody tips, and then when there's no incentives, you get some tips, right? It's kind of funny, right?
To become rich, because I be forgetting that people be rich for these stupidest fucking reasons. I literally went on Reddit, it asks questions, and it says, "What's one crazy thing that you made $1 million for?" Somebody under that motherfucker said they had a YouTube account where they literally started it by racing snails. Apparently a lot of you motherfuckers like watching that shit. I'm working hard, and this motherfucker's racing snails, recording this shit with his phone, and making millions.
Hey, why do
That's what I don't understand. Like, people that hate their job. There's a dude that gets millions of views making McDonald's. He flips burgers. 5-minute video of him making a Big Mac, right? Million views. You know how much money that is? You know how excited he's gonna retire from McDonald's. He's gonna work. Hey, do you want to become a manager? Nah, I'm good back here flipping burgers. You know what I mean? I'm making money on the side over here. Like, there's people, any job you're doing, guaranteed, go look on YouTube and there's somebody filming it, recording it, making money off it. There's people, stay-at-home moms that just cleaning up after a 2-year-old, how we do it, making views. You're gonna do it anyways. That's what I always say. Put a camera in front. I'm sitting here reacting to TikTok videos and I'm making money, y'all. Like, you need to work on something on the side, especially if you're miserable, like hating what you're doing and you want, some more free time, whatever. It's not gonna happen overnight. But what else are you doing? Sitting at home watching Netflix, sitting at home watching me. You know what I mean? You could be out there reacting to something like this, or just film yourself cleaning the dishes. Yeah, the first video, you're going to get 3 views. You're going to get 3 views, but just stick with it. Stick with it. Add some things in there. Add some cooking, add some, cleaning up after cooking lasagna, or, just doing things like that. And if it's YouTube, the number one thing, this channel is not doing good. You know why? Because I'm not consistent. If I get on here every single day and put videos out, I know the TikTok thing works. There's some videos just don't work, right? I was doing keto videos, I was doing trail running videos. It didn't work, y'all. I switched it up. I got on to doing reactions. Ended up doing the TikTok thing. Guess what? On my big channel, it works. Y'all love me, and I appreciate you guys. So over here, we're gonna do these type of TikToks. I feel like this road we're going down, this type of genre is gonna be, it's gonna be a good genre because not only is it big on social media, what is the news talking about 24/7? Tariffs, the price of eggs, right? You can capitalize on that, y'all. You don't have to be that person that makes the video complaining. You can be that video that watches it and give it input, like, and give your 2 cents. I don't know really a lot about money at all. I'm good with money, by meaning I don't spend it and blow it on junk, but I don't know it all. But I'm gonna sit here and give you my 2 cents. Some people are gonna love it. A lot of people are going to hate it and say, don't take my advice, don't listen to me. And that's okay.
People drive G-Wagons. Why are you asking? You want to get one? Nah, honestly, I just want to know. Okay, so on the tax code section 179, you're able to write off any vehicle that weighs over 6,000 pounds and is used for business purposes more than 50% of the time. Okay, so let me guess, a G-Wagon weighs over 6,000 pounds and the rich buy it using their business? Exactly, so when they buy it using their business, they're able to write it off as an expense and pay less in taxes. Wow, does this work with any other cars? Yes, any car that weighs over 6,000 pounds can take advantage of this tax code. And here's a short list of cars that can qualify. Save this video so you don't forget it.
Yeah, I have no savings, and I'm not really planning for my future, and I spend all my money on stupid little things that make me happy, and I live in a way that probably is kind of stupid, but it's not that deep. Nothing's that serious. None of us are going to make it out alive, and I'm not even sure that anybody else is real except me. It could all be a simulation, so why not? Why not?
What's the biggest scam in the United States? I gotta be honest, the price of food is ridiculous.
9 to 5 is bullshit. Unpaid lunch breaks are bullshit. Working all day and going home to have 2 hours of free time before bed is bullshit. 5-day work week is bullshit. Working yourself to death is bullshit. Retiring at 65, unlikely, is bullshit. Starting your adult life in debt from student loans is bullshit. Giving kids 7 hours of school and then homework to ready them for the never-ending grind is bullshit. It is so frustrating that we have one chance of life on this earth and humanity chooses taxes and credit scores and pollution instead of floating around in the ocean all day eating fruit and hanging out.
I keep $2,000 in my wallet at all times. And there was a time in my life where I had $2,000 in my wallet and it was like, I hated it. It was giving me anxiety. And then I got the fuck over it because $2,000 became not a big deal anymore. And now it's like, whatever. So, I don't know. I pay myself. Like, I have a millionaire mentor, multi-millionaire mentor, and I've been mentored for years now. And one of the first things he taught me, well, first thing was intuition. Second thing was to pay myself. To take money out of my account, keep it on me, and never spend it, ever. And this is just a fraction of it. Like, I've been paying myself weekly for years, and I have just stacks of $100 bills. And, yeah. Why would you pay yourself? Because why the fuck would you pay everyone else first?
Let me show you how ridiculous prices are here in Hawaii.
Why?
Only 2 things.
Ain't no joke over there.
And I'm guessing I need to spend about $15 to $20. Let's see what the price is.
$10.
Just 2 things without tax is already about $16.
Old people fucked the young generation, bro. They voted for shit that fucked us, fucked up the job market, fucked up everything. And guess what? We're paid for it, bro. And we will likely never retire, ever. We will never be able to get a job as easily as they did. We will never be able to buy our own house. We will never be able to retire ourselves, our kids, anyone, unless you have your Nepo baby or you're born in a fucking rich family, government,
True.
whatever the fuck. But if you're an average person, you are never, ever gonna survive, bro. What is the point of even living? Huh? What is the point of even getting old if you know that you're gonna live your whole life just to work and get fucked in the end?
What in the world's going on?
Jeez.
Dollar Tree is raising prices again, now up to $7, starting in New York. So the Dollar Tree has announced they have some massive news and people aren't going to like it. Well, a couple years ago, the prices at the Dollar Tree went up from $1 to $1.25. Well, it's happening again. They're hiking it up to $1.50. Most of the Dollar Tree Plus pricing was between $3 and $5 for items, and now they will max out at $7. What? Now, Dollar Tree says they aren't raising prices due to inflation, but they also said this on their website. Remember when they upped it to $1.25? They said in the midst of unprecedented inflation, Dollar Tree recently changed its primary price point to $1.25 in order to continue to offer our customers all the products they've come to know and love, plus hundreds of new ones. So I think these Dollar Tree Pluses are just a starting point in New York. Like, if this doesn't scream inflation. And plus, you know, we've got those tariffs. The Dollar Tree's got to make that money. $1.50. Get out of here.
Guys, why is gas at Arco significantly cheaper? If you pay in cash, it's $4.09. If you pay in credit, it's $4.19. Then you go over here to Chevron, which is literally right next door, and gas for regular is $5.39. That's over $1 difference, and they're literally right next door. Is Arco gas just cheap? Like, why is it so? Is Chevron bougie gas? Like, why?
Now I wonder that too. Chevron's expensive. Chevron is always expensive. Their gas, they're the most expensive. Anybody out there put gas at Chevron? Is their gas? Does their gas just last longer? So in the long run, it pays to get the gas there, or what? I would like to know because I never put gas at Chevron because it's the. I mean, when I'm going, I'm looking for the cheapest gas, right? I'm going to the cheapest. Is it better to get Chevron gas?
Jobs y'all work that pay good that I ain't gotta have a degree for. Because, and I ain't talking about no like little pay, no $20 an hour. I'm talking about some real deal pay. So y'all put me on to the jobs that y'all work where you don't have to have a fucking degree. And y'all kind of like it.
Let's see. Let me get this straight. Apartments cost $2,000 per month, but they want you to make 3,000 or 3 times that amount. That's 6,000 per month or 72K per year. However, the average salary. The math ain't mathing.
I don't know where I've been living. Whoa, maybe under a rock, but I just pulled up to get an oil change, and I had like a $50 bill ready to rock, and the homeboy said it's going to be $129.
Jeez, for an oil change?
No, I'm just getting an oil change, my man. He said, yep, synthetic oil, whatever the fuck, $130. Okay, guess I'm not getting an oil change today.
How are y'all affording
Change
your
your home.
homes? How are y'all doing that right now? The last time I bought a home was in 2015. It was 3,600 square feet. I bought that sucker for $100 grand. I work in telecom. I do construction. I make very good money. If I wanted to, I could make 200 grand a year. The work is there. I just also want to live my life. Back to these $500,000 homes. Are we scraping by? Because I make the money. And the thought of having a mortgage payment over $1,000 scares the crap out of me. And y'all are just out here doing it. Like, eventually, I would like to not live in an RV. Eventually.
Apartments do not want you to know this tip right here, and I'm about to give it to y'all today. You can get approved with a pay stub, and you can also get approved with an offer letter. I get people approved that can't prove their income, whether it's because you're hustling or you just don't get direct deposits. But you know you have the money. You can afford a $1,200 apartment. You just can't afford a 3 times the rent apartment, right? With my professional documents, you can get approved. If you're interested, comment plug in the comments and I will directly text you with my prices. Good luck on y'all approvals.
If you work in hospitality or food, can you explain this? If I pay with a credit card and I tip on like the piece of paper, do you actually get the tip?
Our society is so fucked that a large popcorn and 2 large drinks at AMC is $30. How? Literally how? I can have a whole ass meal for $30.
Yeah, the movies ain't cheap, y'all. But the movies I go to out here, they're not, well, I don't know. Maybe they are known in Texas, but I've never heard of them. It's not a Harkins, a AMC. They got AMC out here. They don't have Harkins. But it's like a little kind of like a mom pop movie theater, nice movie theater. But it's not as expensive as I would think a AMC, right? Or a Harkins is. So that's the good thing about where I'm at. The movies ain't as expensive. Like they have deals like a popcorn and a drink for like $15, right? Like a deal. So I don't know how movie theaters crazy, y'all. Movie theaters are crazy. You can't go to dinner and a movie no more. You can't take a girl on a dinner and a movie date for a first date. Well, movie's not really a good first date, but that's like $80, probably more, 100 for a dinner and a movie date. It's probably $100. You're gonna drop 40, 50 at the restaurant. I don't drink, but if you want drinks, you're gonna drop 80, 30, 40 at the movies. Can't do it no more, y'all. You just can't.
It's cooked, nigga. The economy's cooked. Everything fried, bro. I'm post grad, right? I graduated 24, right? I know what day it is now. It's damn near a year of me trying to find a job. I thought that I was safe because I fly planes, right? I don't fly the airline. Anyway, I fly planes. Nigga, nobody's hiring. Everybody's posting jobs, nobody's hiring. Don't make sense. Bro, I went to this one spot, right? I'm so flexible. I will work and fly planes in any state, any place. I went to Hawaii, right? To Hawaii to apply to a job. She said, you know what? I decided, white woman, by the way, white woman. She said, I decided I only want to hire locals. This bitch is from Nebraska. The fine young lady is from Nebraska. What do we mean local? You're not local. What are you talking about? Local? So I lied. Actually, I live here. I don't. But anything to get a job, please get hire me. I said, I live here. She said, mind you, I'm in California at the time. She's like, okay, well, can you fly here tomorrow? I got the bag. Yes. First flight, red eye. I said, yes. She said, oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. Exactly, you wasn't expecting that. Nigga, expect the unexpected. So she was like, okay. She started making up shit, right? Start making up stuff. Oh, well, actually, we only have a part-time position. Hire me. Fuck it, I'll work. Nigga, I'll work for free. Fuck it. So she told me, so we only got a part-time position. I said, okay, cool, bet. I'll pull up. Why not? She said, well, actually, it's always a well, actually. So then she put me onto this other spot. The other guy was hiring. I called him up, hey man, I'm a pilot. I got this, and this, all the requirements he need. I got them. I said, I got this requirement, right? He said, oh, cool, great. He said, can you come tomorrow? Yes. He said, do you live on an island? No, but I'm moving, right? These are all the answers I'm giving him, lying. But I can though. He's like, okay, bet, where are you from? I said, California. He said, oh, you're from California? You're not from the island? Yeah, you got me there. I said, no, but I'm moving there in a week. He said, oh, okay. He said, do you have this? I said, yes, I got this. He said, do you have this? I said, yes, I got this. He said, do you have this? I said, yes, I got this. Nigga. I hang up he said, okay, perfect. He said, matter of fact, fly here on this date for this time, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna buy the ticket. I email him, right? We hang up, him. Hey man, this is the ticket date I'm coming. Are we confirmed for the interview? Ghosted me. So then I called back. I'm like, hey man, I haven't bought my ticket yet because you haven't confirmed the thing. He said, oh, I thought you already bought the ticket. If you can't make it here tomorrow, I got other people coming for the job. I bought the ticket immediately. I called back, hey, I bought the ticket. Oh, you're coming tomorrow? I thought you wasn't gonna come. Anybody that needs pilots or hiring pilots, please hit my line. Please! I just want
Like, how annoying. Like playing games. Either you're gonna interview me or you're not. I'm on to the next one if not. I remember I did an interview with FedEx. Right, I was sitting down, two guys right there. They asked me, name me one time when you were under stress. Like, who cares? I'm delivering boxes. Like, back then, I was nervous. I was kind of quiet. Now, I'd be like, really? Bro, who cares? Let me sit here and deliver boxes. Like, I would not be a good interviewer now because now I just tell it like it is. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and waste my time. Y'all looking for somebody? I'm gonna be a hell of a worker. I'm gonna go the extra mile. I'm gonna go the extra mile for the people, for you. But if you're gonna ask me the time when I was stressed, I try not to remember those times. Like, who cares? You know, like the questions they ask you, and I haven't done an interview in a while, but like it's ridiculous, y'all. Like, I like the interviews where you go in, you know, you got the job. LabCorp with Francis. I had the job before I even sat down. She's like, hey, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like a cool person, not a person that's by the book. Like, I don't do good with those people.
So fucking hard to get a job, man! In 2025, it is literally impossible, bro! When you do, you get 7 rounds of interviews for some reason, man! Just for them to go with another candidate! You cannot find the job in 2025! It is literally impossible! And I keep crashing out about it! How the fuck are we ever gonna find a job? Why is it
He's
so
still
fucking
looking.
hard, man?
Still looking.
It should ever be this fucking hard. I swear, bro.
The stock market is currently down big. By the time that you see this, obviously there's going to be fluctuations, but it had already lost over $2 trillion worth of value at one point. And this is, we saw
Who's
the value
getting
of the
that?
dollar dropping and the odds of recession rapidly rising. Or you have Bank of America now seeing a high risk of recession. And JP Morgan saying that if Trump's tariffs are sustained, they'll push the US into a recession. And the trade war, it's just beginning. Where the EU says that the door is open for last-ditch negotiations, but that they're readying countermeasures. Meanwhile, Germany and France reportedly think that the strategy should be to hit the US so hard that Trump has to remove the tariffs. With some reports even saying that they're considering nuclear options, which range from blocking US tech companies from the European market, taxing US banks, and stripping American companies of their intellectual property rights. You also have France saying that Trump is acting like he's master of the world and has urged European companies to halt all investment into the US. And of course, all of this is the US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says that if the countries retaliate to these tariffs, the US will escalate. But this, as you have many saying, that the countries are already retaliating because they're being hit with tariffs randomly, saying, they're not reciprocal tariffs. With, a number of experts noting that the tariff rates that Trump presented yesterday, they're not actual tariff rates. Right? When you look at the chart, South Korea does not have a 50% tariff on the US. Its tariff is 0.79%. But economists saying that it looks like the Trump administration just took what a country's trade deficit was last year and divided it by their exports and then called that their tariff rate. But this is, they say, that's not a tariff, that's a trade balance. Right? And America has a trade deficit with basically everyone because Americans compared to the rest of the world are rich and rich people buy things. Right? The United States reportedly makes up 30% of all global consumer spending despite being just 4% of the population. With some saying this is like complaining that you have a trade deficit with the grocery store because you're buying from them and they don't buy from you. And so that's just one of the reasons you have many experts right now looking at all this and saying, what the hell? But for now, follow to stay in the loop.
I don't fucking understand these fucking apartments. Yo, I'm applying for an apartment, right? I'm moving out. End of the month. I'm getting up out of here. Why the fuck I applied this apartment, right? Everything was good. Credit was bomb. My deposit was ready. She said, okay, but the only thing is you have to make 5 times the rent. 5 times the fucking rent? What the fuck? Do you know how much money that is? That is a lot of fucking money. 5 times the rent. The bitch said it like, yeah, 5 times the rent. Like, that's a
Crazy.
fucking walk in a fucking park, bitch, like I'm a dog. Bitch, what the fuck? So I look at her, I said, no.
It's funny.
5 times the fucking rent? She gonna say, yeah, 5 times. Again, like she said, it was a walk in a fucking park. Again, I'm not a fucking dog. I don't walk in a park. So the only question that dawned on me, right? Do you make 5 times the fucking rent you working here? You work in these apartments.
No.
Do you make 5 times the rent? She was like, no, I got a discount. Well, you give me your fucking discount then. What the fuck is wrong with you? 5 times the fucking rent. Bitch, what?
Bought our house for $90,000 back in '85. Just sold it for $950K.
Yep.
Man, that's just our house. I mean, you kids just don't want to work for things anymore. I used to work 45-hour weeks every week. Eventually, I saved up enough to put towards a house, a car, so on and so forth. Now I'm set for life. But you have to work for it. And y'all don't want to do that. Y'all wouldn't have made it back in my day.
My mortgage payment went from $1,600 to $3,500. This is all I have been seeing going on my timeline on TikTok right now on how everybody's mortgage rates are increasing. Honestly, I can tell you what, when I first bought my house and I had a realtor, my realtor did not tell me anything. I bought the house. I didn't know what I was doing. I was not a realtor then, of course. And I did not learn about my payment until the closing day. I did not know how much my mortgage payment was going to be until the closing day. And I signed on the dotted line. At that point, for me, I was ready to buy a house. So I just felt like it was what it was. Unfortunately, my mortgage payment is $1,600 and it's still $1,600. But I guess my question is, for everyone's mortgage that's going up, like I know it's a terrible situation, but also when you are purchasing your homes, are you not understanding what questions to ask your lender? Because you can always ask your lender when you go under contract on a home to show you what your monthly payment is going to be. Of course, it's going to be an estimate, but also at the closing table, when the attorney is going over how much you're going to pay for your mortgage, and they give you a piece of paper that has all your mortgages for however many ever years that you have to pay your mortgage for. At that time, when you're signing your papers, don't just sign the papers, just ask questions that you may have about your mortgage. Because once you sign and close on your home, that's your home. And then years down the line, you're looking at, you have to sell your home. So it's like unfortunate. Of course, property tax always goes up. So, I mean, that could be another question. When you're buying a home, ask about the property tax. Another thing that could kill you is incentives. Sometimes it's good to have incentives on new construction homes, but sometimes it's not, especially when you're doing the 2-1 buy down. Basically, when your interest rate is going to be one price for 1 year, it's going to go up the next year, and then it might go up the third year. Ask what your mortgage rate is going to go up to for the third year. You might can afford the house for year 1 and 2, but if you can't afford it for year 3, then what's the point of getting the incentive? Like, don't just go looking into a new construction because they're giving you $10,000 and they're giving you a 2-1 buy down, because you might be the next person where you're going to be saying, my mortgage payment was $1,500 and now my mortgage payment is $2,500 because my realtor didn't tell me this or the lender didn't tell me that. Like, you also have to do your own research when you're purchasing a home. I don't know, like, what questions do y'all have as far as purchasing a home, as far as property tax, as far as your mortgage going up? Like, you have to do your research, and you definitely have to ask questions before you sign on that dotted line, whether it's the day of closing and you have more questions for the lender, but you don't want to ask them because you're too excited. Always remember, you have to be the ones to pay the bills. Your lender doesn't have to pay the bill. Your realtor don't have to pay the bill. At the end of the day, you have to pay the bill, and you have to be the one out on the street. If you have to sell your house or what may have you, it might not even be worth selling your house, depending on how long you have been in your house. So you might not even have as much equity. But the tip of the day is make sure you ask your lenders questions at the beginning and at the end. They always send out multiple disclosures of estimates for your mortgage. And also ask the closing attorney, because the closing attorney also goes over everything before you close on your new home.
I don't understand.
Now, do people not ask these questions? Like, that's the first thing I'm asking when I'm looking at a house. Hey, I like it. What's the payments going to be? What is it? What's the what is it? Right? And sometimes before you ask that realtor a question, you should already know the answer. Because at the end of the day, you're the boss. Your realtor is getting paid off you. The lending company is getting paid off you. So at the end of the day, they want to make that sale. You know what I mean? So ask these when people don't ask questions. Like that's what I was saying earlier in the video. People get so excited. I don't care. I don't care if I'm doing a 60-year mortgage. I don't care if the interest rate is 15%. I want this house. And then later on, they sign the wrong loan where, loans change, the interest rate changes, but property tax, like she said, go up, whatever. But like people don't ask these questions. I know my realtor, I was a pain, y'all. I love my realtor. She'll always be my realtor out here. I always told her that whenever I got somebody looking for one, you're my girl. She was good. But I ask these questions. I'm a pain in the butt. You know what I mean? So I can't believe people go get a house and they just don't ask these questions until they're ready to sign on the dotted line. Like when you sign on that line, like you need to know this is what my payment's going to be, estimate, but in the ballpark, this is it. So my interest rate's going to be. You should know these things. That's crazy that people don't, y'all.
Is for anything. Like, how is a flight from LAX to New York the same price as a coffee table, which is the same price as therapy without health insurance?
All right, family. There you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to be getting into a lot of these videos now. This is what we're going to do over here. These types of videos: car payments, rent, house payments, mortgages changing, credit card debt, student loan debt, these types of things. I don't know it all. Like I said, I don't know nothing, right? But I ask questions when I'm getting a house with my lender. Not only the lender, but the realtor. I ask them questions. I'm a pain. I'll call them. Hey, they're disagreeing, telling me two different things. Hey, let's end this conversation. I'm done being the middleman. Let's get on a 3-way call and let's get this figured out. That's how I am when I'm doing things with a big purchase like that. But anyways, y'all, if you guys made it this far, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let's get these views up. Let's get this channel growing. We're going to start posting about 4 videos a week over here. I would love to do every day. That's what the goal is, but at least 4 videos a week over here for now. Link to my big channels down below. Go check me out. All my new watchers over here, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. This is Segovia signing out of the Man Cave. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Later.